Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your April 2024 tarot card reading. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Jane. Welcome to April 2024, which is a very big month astrologically. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at both the tarot predictions and mix it with a lot of astrology here for you. So as you're choosing which sign to watch, you may want to start off with your sun sign or your rising sign. And if you would like to have that third perspective, your moon sign is also quite beneficial as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into the reading, and I'll see you guys in just a sec. Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your April 2024 tarot card reading. Okay, that one clearly wanted to come out. So start with the lizard spirit, which is dream the world into being. I know we're in Aries season. Technically, your ruling planet is stationing retrograde at the beginning of April, but we still have a lot of Pisces going on. And at the beginning of April, Venus is conjunct Neptune. We've got Mars in Pisces conjunct Saturn as well. And I do think Virgo, generally speaking, is in a pretty dreamy place because of the Pisces stuff. And because there's just kind of this element of thinking bigger. And with Pluto now in the 6th house, I think Virgo is kind of in that space of really wanting to make some behavioral changes. It's like when you change your behavior and you have the dream and you have the willingness to evolve, that's kind of like this perfect combination for creating the kind of life that you want. If you haven't really sat back and thought about what you want your life to look like, this is probably a really good time to do that, okay? April, we have a lot of initiation energy with Aries, but Mars is going to be in Pisces for all of April. It doesn't come into Aries until the 30th. So we're just going to be under this dreamy banner for all of April. So it's a great time to do your vision board. It's a great time to write your business plans and to think about your finance life and your romantic life and your social life and what it is you want things to look like. Because then you can start formulating a plan to integrate those things and to actually manifest them. Okay, it all begins with the dreaming. So you and your loved ones are safe. I love when this card comes out, because it indicates that even if you do have some bigger choices to make or some changes that you need to make, that it's going to be okay. And if you have some risks that are on the table and you're feeling compelled to make them for the sake of change, for the sake of actualizing your dreams, you're going to be safe. You, your kids, your family, your spouses, whoever, it's all going to be okay. And the risks are going to be worth it. And that there's going to be a bigger upside, even if things kind of have to go through an adjustment period, which is not always easy. But even if things have to go through an adjustment period, it's all going to be okay. All right, let's go ahead and pull out the tarot cards. Hold on, I'm not quite ready yet. All right, let's get a better shuffle on these. Okay. For Virgo, for April 2024, what is it? These cards are just really wanting to come out. Okay. I think you have some pretty auspicious things going on if you want to accept them. The thing about an ace is we always have that element of free will, and we can either take it or not. And we don't have to, obviously, but the other alternative is to either stagnate or to shrink, kind of go the other direction. The thing about an ace too is that it's usually just a potential. It's not always like a complete, entirely well thought out, fully formulated step-by-step plan. It's just like, here's an inkling. Okay, here's an option. And that's all it is. But I think this is coming in because you have a really good energy about you. I look at this sun and I say Virgo is kind of channeling right now. You seem to be connected with yourself to some degree, at least to a degree enough that this is coming in. You seem to be open to possibilities and open to growth and open to new creative outlets. And when I look at the King of Wands, there's always that sense of possibility that like maybe it can be for me. Maybe I can have it. And maybe there's even a little bit of daring to dare yourself to dream the dream you ultimately want to dream. Virgo, you do tend, because of your, Mercury rulership, there is often an air of logic, okay? And I think you're really torn in half a lot. And I would say the same thing about Pisces too, but more so about Virgo, because Pisces is your opposite. So that kind of shadow aspect of yourself is very Piscean and therefore highly idyllic. And I think this is one of the reasons why Virgo is so perfectionist, is because you do have this innate knowing of the ultimate. But it's the mercurial energy that looks at something that is perfect and ideal and says, yeah, but that's not realistic, right? And so we do tend to cap it off. But I think, I'm not saying you're going to stop being realistic altogether, but to have your ruling planet retrograde in the 8th house and all this Pisces energy, plus we have Jupiter, Uranus conjunct in your 9th house. I feel like you are at a point, like a breaking point almost, where you are so ready for this expansion and so ready for this growth that you can't help but be a little idyllic right now. You can't help but think, yeah, but what if it does come true? And what if it actually does work out? And what if it does make me money? And what if I do meet that love of my life, right? And because you have that, this Ace of Cups can come in so easily. Because sometimes it's hard for these aces to come in simply because we're not in a place of even noticing that they're coming in. I mean, maybe they come in, but maybe we don't even notice, or we don't pay attention anyway, or we don't give credence to it because maybe it's not necessarily in line with what we thought it was going to look like. I just feel like Virgo is very open to things right now. You're open to so many different possibilities. And this creative energy can be leveraged, right? Your creative energy can be pushed into any projects that you have going on, into your sexuality, into your hobbies, and maybe your side hustles for money, or your businesses to help grow, whatever it is. But I feel like you're just in a good place for the most part. Okay? I'm not saying everything in your life is perfect, but your mentality, the essence of your being, is in a good place. And your intentions seem pure and good as well. Beautiful. There does seem to be a lot of masculine energy coming out. Okay, I'm really seeing something unexpected, big time. Page of Cups and Ace of Cups often happen kind of like in this, like who'da thunk it kind of way. I never would have guessed that this would have come out, especially with the page. It just comes from such unexpected sources. This might be something small as like, it could be big, it could be small, but I kind of feel most of you are going to have just a little bit of a boost, something validating, something that comes in and says, you know what, Virgo, I know you can do it. And that might be all the Ace of Cups is for you. I believe in you. You're smart enough. You'll figure it out. From the most unlikely person, someone that maybe you highly respect, or someone that you don't even realize is even paying attention to you, or something like that. And it can make all the difference in the world. It's like that little just push can actually be everything. I do like the masculine energy for you. I feel like this is someone else. This is not giving me Virgo energy for some reason. I'm not quite sure why, but it's not. For some reason, these are more the visionary entities for me. More directed. They have more of an end goal or an end game in mind. The Emperor can be very demanding as well, and he can be demanding with himself. And maybe there are things, Virgo, and we know you can be hard on yourself, but there's a big difference between being demanding on yourself and being hard on yourself. I think being hard can be critical, but being demanding is like, okay, I'm going to show up. I'm going to keep my schedule. I'm going to keep things on track. I'm going to make sure this is organized. I'm going to make sure this is paid on time. I'm going to make sure I have this conversation. And you keep everything on schedule because that's what you demand of yourself. Because that's a part of what the dream is. Because if you have a dream and you haven't actualized it yet, it means that there's probably something different that you could be doing or thinking, or a different way of behaving or whatever. There's something different that you can be doing to help get you there. And I think you have a clear idea of what that is, and it's just a matter of doing it. I'm not saying it's easy. Usually that Emperor, you are doing something challenging, but because you have such power over yourself and that mind-body connection is so strong, because you have that, you can do it. So even if it's something is sticking to a schedule, if you demand that of yourself, you can do it. If it's going to the gym every day, if it's, spending an extra hour on your side hustle or getting that business going or getting that new product launch or, putting yourself in a scenario to get that new client, this is the demand that you put on yourself. Because it's aligned with who you see yourself being. There's so much future focus right now. It's really hard for people to... I'm not saying you can't be content with where you are, because I think you absolutely can be. You can be content and happy and grateful with everything exactly the way it is. But there's also a push for radical change. And it could be change for the sake of change, but chances are your soul, with that Sun card, your soul has very specific ambitions, and it's needing a period of expansion right now. And that's why you're feeling this need to push. Now, the Queen of Wands, she feels very disconnected to me. It's like she's here, she's in the reading, but I don't really see you interacting with her all that much. I mean, this could be the person that offers that little note of encouragement, or offers you the Ace of Cups, or says, yes, you can do it. Yes, you're smart enough. I believe in you. But I don't know how much of a role this person has in terms of actually doing anything. Like this would not be the client you're trying to go after. This might be a mentor or a boss or a coach or even a coworker, someone who barely knows your name and you don't even realize they're paying attention to you. Like I said before, that feels more like the Queen of Wands energy. I think the reason why it means so much that the Queen of Wands is taking notice of you is because you respect them. There's a mutual respect, because a Queen of Wands is absolutely someone who can see a goal and tackle it and go after it, no problem. She has a strong Mars energy. She's very direct. This is an Aries card, so she's very direct in her approach with things. Virgo, you can be a bit circuitous. Okay, you can kind of go around and back and forth and all of this. There's a lot of versatility with the Virgo archetype. Although I don't see that this month. I see you being very directed. I see you being really point A to point B more than anything. But for some reason, this is someone important. Their opinion means something to you. What they think about you, it does mean something. And as much as we would like to all say, oh, I don't care what people think, I think that's healthy to a degree. But also there is a point where we need that encouragement of our peers. Okay? So this is integral in helping to instill the confidence that you need to really embrace your new endeavors, to bring this dream life that you're dreaming about into being. Okay? All right, Virgo, what else? 3 more cards. Let's see what comes out. you seem to be in a space. Okay, you seem to be in a space where you have all the intention in the world, and you may have some kind of a path in mind, but there are doubts. 7 of Cups, there are doubts. And there are other possibilities other than the one you're considering. I will tell you with this Lover's card here, I don't think there are any truly wrong choices for you right now. It's more about doing something. It's about, not just anything, but as long as it's in line with your dream. Like, let's say you do want to start a business, but you're like, oh, well, I don't know what business I want to start. Well, just start a business with some kind of a talent that you have, whether it's a digital product or a physical product or a service. Start something, and you can adjust and change later. And I think having faith and having trust in the pathway itself can be a highly useful thing right now, because you don't want to see the whole path from start to finish, because it might feel a little too intimidating, because like, oh my gosh, there's this huge mountain in front of me. There's all this stuff I need to do. And that might hinder you from even taking a single step. So it's better to just take a step and then, work with that for a minute, and then take another step and work with that, and let the path sort of reveal itself. And you can let yourself get pulled, because you are certainly in this like super creative place. So it's not going to be a straight line. It's not going to be straightforward. It's not going to be super obvious, especially with your ruling planet in retrograde right now. It's just not going to be in your face. What is in your face is this notion of, I want to create this life. That's what's in your face. How do I do that? Well, I don't really know, but I'll do something. I'll try something. Play, research, learn, watch videos, listen to podcasts, expand yourself, expand your breadth of knowledge, and you can extract information from there. But I think that's the point of this Queen of Wands, because I have a feeling that Virgo, you could be in this amazing state and think about this to death. You could think and think and think and think and plan and plan and plan and plan to death, to the point of no action at all. But with the Lover's card, there are choices, but choices also have to be backed up with application. You make a choice, and then you take the action that is required according to that choice. That's very Emperor, that's very King of Wands, that's more masculine energy. It is the doing and the building of structure in your life, the doing and building of systems. Now, I do like the 3 of Cups. There's always like I like the 3 of Cups, but there's always the darker side to it. The positive side is, it's going to be very important for you to associate with high quality individuals, with people that support you, people that you can laugh with and play with, and people that, you can talk about your ideas and share and collaborate and have all this, really cool rapport with, and they support you and they don't pull you down. The dark side of this is that sometimes we associate with the not super great people. And I'm not saying they are not good people. What I mean is that they are not they don't have the right perspectives for what you are trying to do. And so their opinions, I'm not saying they're worth less, but they can throw a wrench in the spokes, that's for sure. This is like someone you really respect a lot coming in and being like, I believe in you, Virgo, go for it. I'm sure you'll be successful. It's like someone like that coming in and saying that, and then you go hang out with your high school buddies and they're all broke and they have no idea what they're doing with their lives and they're all miserable and they think, oh, you're going to fail. Like it's like, why would you put yourself in that scenario where they can inject this negativity straight into your brain, where it's just going to sit there as this seed festering in some kind of a negative cesspool. Okay, you're not trying to do that. So as much as I love the positive, the Three of Cups is only positive if you are around the right people. Okay, and there are right people for different things, and there are right types of conversations to have with the right and certain types of people. So you're just going to have to be able to make that discernment. All right, there's a lot of discernment when the Lovers comes out, a lot of choices, and you have to pay attention to your choices. And because there's a lot of that demand on yourself with the Emperor card here, I think you're going to be making some really good choices, because that is what you demand of yourself. Because it's what you want, it's what you say you want, and it's really what your soul is begging of you. You know, this eclipse, which is happening on April 8th, this is happening in your 8th house. This is a powerful, transformative house that represents, you know, a metamorphosis of some kind. So I do think Virgo is really tapping into, you know, this deep, meaningful part of themselves. And I think it feels good. I think it feels right. It feels like you are being the person that you know you've always wanted to be. And it might be a journey to get you to your dream life. You know, it might be a journey, but I think it's a journey, first of all, you're fully capable of, and I'm not the only one saying that. Your Queen of Wands person is probably going to say that too. You're fully capable of doing it, but it's also, it's like it's time for you to be doing it. It's like everything is aligning for you. Okay, so let's pull out the clarifiers. I have a feeling this story is going to get kind of interesting. So for those of you who are new, we're going to pull out a bunch of new cards. We're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all these cards. If you want to join, the link is in the description box in the comment thread down below. Thank you all so much. Let's see what comes through for the Sun card for Virgo, Queen of Wands. Another Sun and a Magician. Yeah, something's definitely sparked you, that's for sure. Another Emperor. Five of Swords. 6 of Wands. Knight of Swords. Hanged Man. Okay, for the Emperor, Ace of Swords. 9 of Wands, Page of Swords, King of Cups, 2 of Wands, absolutely loving the Queen of Wands, absolutely loving her. Justice, 4 of Coins, the Devil, 5 of Swords, the Star, King of Wands, Page of Wands, 2 more, Lovers on top of Lovers, and 3 of Wands. Let's do one more since we got the repeat card. Hermit. Okay, so this is where we're going to pick up in the comprehensive. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. Thank you so much. You guys know I love you. Have a great April, Virgo, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.